today's video, and in today's video we will start an alternate future of the Middle East series. And why am I doing this? Because there's 8 votes, 63% of the vote in my latest poll to see what to do for our next series. Which series? Alternate future of Balkans or Middle East? 63%, I believe, said they want an alternate future of the Middle East. 47 said Balkan. 37 said Balkan. Wait, what? Yeah. 43 said Balkans. 47 said Balkans. 47%. And well, only 8 people voted, though. But I decided I'd do this, as the poll is now over. So, well, there's 2 things I don't have shown yet. So let's go through the 2 alliances I know about in this region. Well, there's actually a few more, but the CSTO is useless here. As you can see, look. Because I only count the power from the regions in this, so technically the Russian area is very weak. As it's the only area under Russian dominance that's there. And then we also have the Peninsula Shield Force. And it looks something like this. Well, those are the nations. But there's one thing that we have to start this video with. And let me get that set up. For a Turkish invasion of Syria, because that's currently going on, and you have to start with the currents in this region. Yep, there's many currents, and well, Turkey has upper hand, but they are sent an ultimatum from Iran, which says leave immediately or face war from the axis of resistance. Which they kind of refuse, Turkey does, as they move further into Kurdish lands to head towards Syria. And well, yeah, as they march down there, and well, they move towards these water, I guess. And yeah, I made this map. And so, yeah. And with Iran saying you didn't move out, and then they declare war on it. But luckily, Turkey gets an ally. Why do they get an ally? Because they decide to join the war. Mostly to express their dominance over this region, which they have an easy job doing as a merchant. They're one of the strongest nations Israel is. Well, not really, but they're really strong. As they move into the Gaza Strip and they quickly move into the West Bank, showing their dominance as they march into Syria and Lebanon. I don't know what I'll do, because I can't have big annexations, because if I do, well, then the series is kind of hard if I have just one country left. Well, I mean, it would be time for a civil war if one country is left. And so Iran sends its forces into Turkey's east through mountainous terrain, heavily favoring the Turkish defenders, despite the fact that Iran is making gains. Their goal is to meet up with the Syrian resistance. And yes, that's what Turkey has so far. And with the help of Israel in the south, that's going to go really well. With Lebanon being wiped out quickly. And well, doesn't look good for Iranian victory when they enter the war. Why am I coloring red for what's occupied in Syria only? Because that's what it was at the beginning, to separate it, with Azerbaijan moving in. But they made one mistake, as Armenia wants to join this war. And see, already in the first episode, we have a major war, with this area falling, Artsakh being on their team, and they move into Nagorno-Karabakh, which was a shock for Azerbaijan, but Azerbaijan is ready to move some forces in and try and retake this area. They take out Artsakh, and they continue moving towards Armenia, but with not big success. With the fall of Syria starting to happen, with Syria starting to fall apart. And well, the fall is beginning, with this big region falling, with the stalemates in the east, as Syria is collapsing, as Turkish forces and Israeli meet by Darmicus. They move down here, and then they move in and take the city, with the Thetis area being sealed, as Turkey has now succeeded in its operational goal. And Turkey decides to make a corridor to connect them with Azerbaijan as they march their forces through here, with them now moving towards Yerevan, which they encircle and take the capital of Armenia. As Iran's now focused on that front too, on multiple fronts, they are kicked back, with Iraq seeing the possibility of taking some lands that they wanted years ago from Iran. As I am referencing the Iran-Iraq war in this oil-rich region, as chances are they're going to collapse now. Once the collapse of Armenia begins, well, there's no turning back. As Turkey moves into there, why did they move in there somehow through that narrow area? Well, with Armenia neutralized, Armenia falls, and Azerbaijan crosses the border, with a peace treaty being likely to happen soon. Why would I say it's going to happen soon? Because look, Iran's strength has all but failed, basically. Well, this area needs more countries. I wish it did have more countries. But now, with two fronts, well, it doesn't look great, as that has fallen, with a treaty being sent, which makes two Azerbaijans, because Azerbaijan wants to annex the Azeri lands, but Iran won't let it happen. And they go to many aspects, as Armenia loses a bit of land to Azerbaijan and a bit to Turkey. And Syria is a Turkish puppet. Lebanon was mostly annexed by Turkey, but a lot of it was annexed by Israel too. And, well, yeah, Iraq gained land from Iran in a certain area. And, well, regions with minorities are starting to turn on the Iran. With one such successful, with a Lur state being created. Why would that be created? Because they declared independence in their ethnic area, as they are upset with Iran's failure, which is crazy. And a Balochistan is created. I think Balochi people live in this region. As Iran now lose two areas, with an area that has a lot of Turkmen people here staying, while the hold of Iran getting weaker. Well, Egypt is ready to settle some disputed lands with Sudan, as they declare war on Sudan. And they even go as far as to annex this land that nobody claims. Why would Egypt do this? Well, power. As their military marches in here, and they march in from the coast. There's Sudan, South Sudan, but there's no North Sudan. That might be about to change, guys, as an escalation happens as they march in, as they follow the water, and they're trying to show their strength, as they meet up with forces there, and then there's big encirclement. Egypt wants a North Sudan that'll accept its goals, as their goal is not to go too far. As they then send in a bunch of people who have no weapons because they're just invading a desert, and nobody's fighting there. So really, it's just a way of taking land. Almost no shots are fired in taking some lands. But with the Egyptian-Sudan war happening, it doesn't look good for Sudan. Sudan then decides their best move is probably to meet with Egypt about peace. Why Sudan in this series? Well, Egypt's the Middle East. I took all the Middle East countries, and well, there's some countries that outlie the Middle East, like Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan. Yep, that's there. And Georgia. A lot of countries that aren't the Middle East, but ended up on this map. And I didn't want to make it weird with Egypt's borders being the Middle East borders, because that wouldn't make sense. The Middle East is the middle region, which just so happens to have more countries. With Sudan's government being overthrown, and then they meet for peace. With Egypt not wanting much land, besides that, I don't know what that land is called, Helib Triangle maybe? But basically, this is all they're taking for themselves. And then they make the country of North Sudan. And what is North Sudan anyways? Okay, it's an Egyptian puppet. Kinda. They just made North Sudan because there's now Sudan, South Sudan, and North Sudan, with Egypt and Sudan losing. The Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus annexes the rest of Cyprus, making Cyprus, which is more equal and pro-Turkey, with Turkey making an alliance. Yep, guys, Turkey's making an alliance, because there's not much left of this video. With Turkey forming an alliance with Cyprus, Azerbaijan, and well, the Lur area joins. And they also put their puppet states in, with Saudi Arabia's strength weakening gradually. I don't know if they'll make it the next episode, guys. And that's pretty much all for today's video of Alternate Future of the Middle East. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like and subscribe, because that'd be great for the channel. And also, now let's go through the channel. So, well, I need you to subscribe. We're at 241 subscribers. We have a special at 250, and we're trying to get to 375 by the end of the month. It's the 11th of April. And April is 30 days. So yeah, you need to subscribe. We're in a rush to get there. So please subscribe if you can. That'd be great. That's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, comment. And did you enjoy today's video? Put that in the comments box. Was today's video good? Do you want me to do more votes on series to do? Or not? Leave your opinion in the comments. And that's pretty much all for today's video. Wild Mapper. Ow!